Have you ever wondered why you feel so exhausted even when you haven't done much? That heaviness in your chest? That drained feeling before the day even begins? You wake up already tired, not because your body is overworked, but because your mind and heart are carrying weight they were never meant to hold. And the truth is, most people don't burn out from doing too much. They burn out from doing too little of what matters and far too much of what doesn't. You might not be able to see it yet, but your energy is leaking into places that give you nothing in return. This kind of exhaustion doesn't come from life's demands. It comes from pouring yourself into battles you were never meant to fight, into people who won't listen, into moments you can't change, into worries that won't matter next week. And slowly, without noticing, you become someone who's just surviving, numb, unmotivated, disconnected from your own potential. But underneath that fog, you're still there. That part of you that's hungry for more, that version of you that remembers how it feels to be alive. You just need to take your energy back, because that's where your power lives. Imagine if every ounce of energy you've spent overthinking, pleasing others, reliving the past, and fearing judgment, imagine if all of that came back to you. Imagine what you could build, who you could become. That power isn't lost, it's just scattered. And today is about calling it home, not all at once, but piece by piece, thought by thought, choice by choice. Because when you stop giving energy to the wrong places, everything in your life begins to change. Your confidence returns, your passion reignites, your focus sharpens, and you start showing up for the life you were meant to live. But here's the hard part. Most people don't realize where their energy is going. It's like water slipping through cracked glass. You don't notice it until it's empty. And even then, you blame yourself for being weak instead of asking the real question, where am I wasting my energy? That question can change everything. That question can free you. Because once you start protecting your energy, you stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing people who never meet you halfway. You stop reliving pain that no longer deserves space in your heart. And finally, you start living with intention. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about becoming stronger, more grounded, more alive. And that journey begins with awareness. So stay with this message. Watch till the end. Because what's coming next will help you identify 5 places that quietly drain your energy day after day. You may not even realize how much of your power they've taken. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. And once you take it back, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not the past. This is your turning point. It starts now. Most people live their entire lives believing they have to carry everything, every expectation, every opinion, every responsibility that was never really theirs. They tell themselves to be strong, to keep going, to handle it all without breaking. But strength isn't about carrying more. It's about knowing what's worth carrying in the first place. And the truth is, a lot of what's weighing you down doesn't belong to you. It's the pressure to please, the need to be perfect, the fear of disappointing others. You've been taught that letting go means giving up, but that's a lie. Letting go is how you begin to breathe again. You can't heal, grow, or evolve if your energy is tied up in things outside your control. So many people spend their days trying to fix others, solve problems that aren't theirs, or prove themselves to people who will never understand them. It feels noble. It feels responsible, but it's a silent trap, because every moment you spend trying to change someone else, you abandon yourself a little more. You lose time, you lose peace, you lose direction, and eventually you forget who you were before the world told you who you had to be. That's how dreams fade, not in an instant, but through a slow erosion of energy misplaced. Trying to control everything and everyone is exhausting. And deep down, you know it doesn't work. People don't change because you want them to. Outcomes don't obey your worry. Life doesn't follow your script, and yet the illusion of control keeps you hooked. It makes you feel safe, even when it's silently destroying your spirit. The more you try to force things to go your way, the more drained you become. You stop flowing, you start fighting, and soon your life feels like a battle instead of a journey. But there is another way. You can take all that energy you're spending on control and redirect it toward growth, toward clarity, toward becoming who you're meant to be. You don't have to micromanage life to live it well. You don't need to save everyone to be enough. The power you've been searching for isn't in controlling others. It's in controlling your focus, your reactions, your direction. That's where your energy belongs. That's where it multiplies. That's where you win. This shift doesn't happen overnight. But the moment you realize that your energy is sacred, everything starts to change. You begin to choose your peace over pleasing, your growth over comfort, your values over validation, and you start to feel lighter, freer, more powerful, not because the world has changed, but because you have. You're no longer leaking energy into people, problems, and outcomes you can't control. You're choosing where to place your power. And that choice, that one decision, is where real freedom begins. Because once you protect your energy from what doesn't serve you, you finally have enough to build the life that does. There's a reason the past keeps echoing in your mind. It's not just memory, it's energy, trapped and unsettled. Every moment you replay a mistake, every time you revisit what you should have done differently, you reopen a wound that can't heal because you won't let it close. Your mind wants resolution. Your heart wants peace. But instead, you stay stuck in cycles of self-blame, regret, and what-ifs that drain you from the inside out. You can't move forward when your energy is still tied to yesterday. There's a cost to overthinking the past. It robs you of clarity. It clouds your decisions. It whispers lies that you're not ready, not worthy, not enough. And worst of all, it convinces you that your future will be a repeat of your failures. But the truth is, your past doesn't define your future unless you keep feeding it. You're not meant to live in rewind. You're meant to evolve. And that means choosing to learn from your past, not live inside it. Painful experiences aren't meant to be prisons. They're meant to be teachers. But you have to stop picking at the scars. You have to stop asking questions that don't have answers. Why it happened, what you could have done, how it should have gone. Those questions don't heal you. They haunt you. They keep you emotionally handcuffed to moments you can't change. And while you stay trapped there, your potential waits untouched. Your dreams wait unlived. Your energy bleeds into a version of you that no longer exists. You don't need to forget your past. You need to reclaim your relationship with it. See it for what it was. A chapter, not the whole story. A lesson, not a life sentence. When you stop resisting what happened, you gain the power to decide what it means. And that's where healing begins. That's when you start converting pain into wisdom, loss into strength, regret into fuel, because it's not about erasing the past, it's about using it to build something better. Your energy belongs to today, to this breath, this decision, this chance to do it differently. But as long as your thoughts are locked in yesterday, your power stays there too. You don't get stronger by rewriting the past. You get stronger by rewriting the story you tell yourself about it. That you were never broken, only becoming. That everything you faced prepared you for something greater. That your past was the soil, not the ceiling. This is your moment to let go, not because it doesn't matter, but because you matter more, and the future waiting for you cannot be built with the hands of someone still clinging to regret. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve to use your energy to rise, not relive. And that begins the second you stop asking what could have been and start asking what can be now. The past is done, but you are just getting started. There is a deep hunger inside every human heart to be seen, accepted, and loved. That hunger drives us to seek approval, to mold ourselves into versions others will embrace. But the cost of constantly trying to please everyone around you is invisible and devastating. It steals your energy like a silent thief, leaving you exhausted, anxious, and empty. When you shape your actions around what others want, you lose the most important thing, yourself. Your true self begins to fade beneath layers of expectations and compromises, and the person left behind is worn thin and disconnected from their own soul. Trying to be everything for everyone is a battle you can never win. There will always be someone who disagrees, who judges, who pulls you in different directions. Chasing approval is like running on a treadmill. No matter how fast or far you go, you end up in the same place, depleted and discouraged. This endless pursuit creates an invisible cage, trapping your energy in a cycle of worry and self-doubt. Every yes to someone else's demand, every attempt to avoid conflict drains the life force that should be fueling your dreams, your growth, and your joy. Your energy is sacred. It's the foundation of your confidence, your creativity, your ability to love and to lead. When you give it away in exchange for approval, you build your life on shaky ground. You start to believe your worth depends on others' opinions rather than your own truth. That belief keeps you stuck in a loop of trying harder and harder to be enough, but never feeling whole. But the power to break free is already inside you, waiting to be claimed. Saying no isn't rejection, it's protection. It's drawing a boundary that honors your time, your values, and your peace. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve your purpose, you say yes to yourself, yes to your vision, yes to your well-being, yes to the life you're meant to live. And that yes carries a strength that others will feel, even if they don't always understand. Real strength doesn't come from constant agreement or approval. It comes from clarity and courage to stand for what truly matters to you. You don't have to explain your boundaries. You don't owe anyone justification for choosing your peace. When you protect your energy, you create space to grow, to heal, and to become unstoppable. You stop bending to fit into roles that drain you and start building the life you deserve. This is where true confidence is born, not in seeking applause, but in honoring your own rhythm, your own needs, your own path. The freedom you crave is waiting beyond the exhausting need to please. It lives in the quiet power of saying no without guilt, of choosing yourself without apology. When you stop trying to be liked by everyone, you begin to attract the people and opportunities that align with your true self. Your energy is no longer scattered in 1,000 directions. It becomes focused, potent, and unstoppable. This is the moment to claim your power, to say yes to yourself and no to the endless drain of seeking approval. Your energy is your life. Guard it fiercely. So much of your energy is spent fighting a reality that doesn't bend to your will. You get stuck arguing with things you cannot change. Traffic that slows you down, setbacks that test your patience, people who behave the way they do no matter how much you wish otherwise. That resistance feels natural, even justified, but it quietly drains your strength every single day. When you push against the unchangeable, you turn your energy into friction instead of fuel. You exhaust yourself trying to rewrite what life has already written. But this battle you're fighting isn't with the outside world, it's inside your own mind. The more you resist reality, the more trapped you feel. You become tense, frustrated, and restless, as if life is happening to you rather than through you. This invisible tension gnaws at your spirit and steals your peace. When you spend your energy battling circumstances beyond your control, you leave nothing left for what truly matters: growth, connection, and purpose. The harder you fight, the more you lose. And yet, letting go of this struggle is not surrender, it's a radical act of strength. Acceptance doesn't mean you approve of everything that happens. It doesn't mean you give up on your dreams or stop taking action. Acceptance means you stop wasting energy on what can't be changed and instead focus on what you can influence. It's a powerful choice to stop wrestling with life's currents and start learning how to navigate them. This shift frees you from the exhausting cycle of frustration and opens the door to clarity and calm. When you accept reality, you reclaim your energy. You stop fighting shadows and start directing your power towards solutions and growth. You learn to respond instead of react, to move with life's flow instead of against it. This flexibility builds resilience and wisdom. You become someone who can weather storms without losing their center, someone who sees challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. And with every moment you choose acceptance over resistance, you create space for peace, creativity, and strength. Resistance is a heavy burden. Acceptance is a gift you give yourself, a gift of freedom, focus, and forward motion. This doesn't come from denying your feelings or pretending everything is fine. It comes from seeing things clearly, acknowledging the truth without judgment, and choosing to invest your energy where it counts. You cannot control what life throws at you, but you can control how you use your energy in response. That control is your greatest power. Imagine what life would feel like if you stopped exhausting yourself on battles you cannot win. Imagine the calm that would grow in your mind and heart when you stop fighting reality. Your energy would no longer leak away in frustration and resistance. Instead, it would fuel your vision, your actions, and your growth. You would stand taller, move faster, and live deeper. This shift begins not when circumstances change, but when your mindset does. The moment you stop arguing with reality, you start living in power, and that power will carry you beyond anything you've known before. There is a hidden trap that silently devours your energy every day, the endless cycle of worry. Worry convinces you that if you obsess over every possible outcome, you will somehow control the future. But control through worry is an illusion that steals your power and peace. When you carry the weight of what-ifs constantly pressing on your mind, your energy leaks away in fear and doubt. You become a prisoner of possibilities that may never happen, Yet your body and mind pay the price as if they already have. This constant tension wears you down, leaving less energy for the present moment, less energy for growth, less energy for joy. Worry is not just a thought pattern, it's a habit that hijacks your nervous system. It triggers a state of stress that floods your body with chemicals designed to help you react quickly to danger, but not to live peacefully. When you are caught in this state for too long, it becomes exhausting. Your mind spins in circles, searching for solutions to problems that often don't exist yet. The truth is, worry rarely solves anything. Instead, it clouds your judgment, reduces your clarity, and makes you feel small in the face of life's challenges. And yet, breaking free from this habit is one of the most powerful steps you can take to reclaim your energy. You don't have to believe every worried thought that crosses your mind. Your brain is wired to protect you by focusing on threats, but it doesn't know the difference between a real danger and an imagined one. You can train your mind to notice worry without giving it the control it demands. This awareness is the first step toward freedom. When you recognize worry as a signal, not a command, you create space to choose a different response. Instead of being pulled into anxiety, you can shift your focus to what you can do now, what you can influence, and what you can accept. Your energy belongs to action, not anxiety. When you invest your power in doing something meaningful, even if it's small, you take back control from worry. Action transforms fear into momentum. It shifts your mind from helplessness to hope. Even the smallest step forward breaks the cycle of worry and opens a path toward growth. But this only happens when you stop giving your energy away to what might happen and start putting it into what you can create. Imagine living free from the heavy fog of worry. Imagine feeling your energy rise instead of drain, your focus sharpen instead of scatter. When you stop wasting energy on endless what-ifs, you free your mind to see opportunity and uncertainty. You gain courage to face challenges without being overwhelmed. You create room for peace even in the storm. Worry will always try to steal your energy, but the power to refuse it is within you. Every time you choose to focus on what matters now, you strengthen that power. This is more than a mindset shift. It's a way to honor your energy in your life. You cannot control the future, but you can control where your energy flows today. And when you stop letting worry dictate your focus, you open the door to transformation. Your energy becomes your greatest ally. Your mind becomes your strongest tool. And your life becomes a powerful journey driven by purpose, courage, and unwavering strength. Choose wisely. Your energy is waiting. There is a powerful truth. Few admit comparing yourself to others is one of the biggest energy drains you face every day. It creeps in quietly, disguised as motivation or curiosity, but beneath the surface, it fuels doubt, insecurity, and dissatisfaction. When you measure your worth against someone else's highlight reel, you ignore the unique path you're on. You trap yourself in a cycle of envy and self-judgment, where no achievement feels enough, no progress feels fast enough, and no success feels truly yours. This comparison steals your joy and leaves you exhausted chasing standards that were never meant for you. Your energy is limited. Every moment spent comparing yourself to others is a moment lost from embracing your own journey. The problem isn't that you look around, it's that you lose focus on your own growth and value. When you compare, you give away your power to external circumstances, to other people's achievements, to timelines that aren't yours. You start believing you need to be like someone else to be worthy. And that belief is a heavy chain. It keeps you locked in feelings of inadequacy and frustration, distracting you from what truly matters, your own progress, your own story, your own purpose. Comparison is a thief because it never shows the full picture. You see someone else's success but not their struggles. You witness their highlight but not their hard work or setbacks. Your mind fills in the gaps with assumptions that aren't true, building an unfair standard you try to reach. But life isn't a race against others. It's a deeply personal journey. Your energy is precious, and it belongs to the effort you put into becoming your best self, not the illusion of being better than someone else. When you stop comparing, you stop competing in a game you were never meant to play. Instead, focus on your own growth. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Appreciate your resilience and your willingness to keep moving forward. When you redirect your energy inward, you create space for true confidence to grow. Confidence rooted in your values, your progress, and your authentic self. This confidence doesn't need validation from others. It fuels your motivation, your creativity, your sense of peace. It helps you keep your eyes on your path and your heart aligned with your purpose. Imagine how much energy you would reclaim by letting go of comparison. Imagine feeling proud of your journey and excited about your future without the weight of others' standards dragging you down. You would wake up lighter, freer, and more focused. Your mind would quiet the noise of judgment and envy, and you would find joy in your own growth. This freedom is not a distant dream. It's available the moment you decide to honor your own worth, independent of anyone else's. Your life is yours alone, and the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. When you stop wasting energy comparing, you open the door to unstoppable growth and unstoppable peace. Your energy becomes a powerful force that drives you forward, not a burden that holds you back. Choose to protect it fiercely. Choose to invest it wisely. Your true power is waiting on the other side of comparison. Your mind is a battlefield where countless voices compete for your attention, but none are more exhausting than the voice of constant self-criticism. This inner dialogue can be relentless, pointing out every flaw, every mistake, every perceived shortcoming with sharp judgment and unyielding severity. It wears you down from the inside, siphoning energy meant for growth, confidence, and action. When you spend your days tearing yourself apart mentally, you rob your spirit of the kindness and encouragement it needs to thrive. The weight of self-criticism is heavy, and it keeps you stuck in a cycle of doubt and hesitation that dims your potential. This harsh inner voice convinces you that being hard on yourself will drive you to do better. But the truth is, relentless criticism creates fear, not motivation. Fear to try, fear to fail, fear to be imperfect. It builds walls around your confidence and locks away the joy of progress. Your energy becomes tied up in fighting yourself rather than moving forward. The mental battle leaves you drained, anxious, and disconnected from the strength that comes from self-acceptance. This voice may seem like a protector, trying to keep you from making mistakes, but it is actually the greatest obstacle to your growth. The power to transform this energy lies in shifting your relationship with yourself. You don't need to silence the inner critic completely. That voice often holds important truths and warnings, but you do need to change how you respond to it. Instead of letting it dominate your mind, learn to listen with compassion and discernment. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend who is struggling. This isn't weakness. It's an act of courage and self-respect. When you replace harsh judgment with gentle honesty, you free your energy from conflict and channel it toward healing and progress. Self-acceptance is not about ignoring areas where you can improve. It's about acknowledging your humanity and worth, regardless of flaws or mistakes. This acceptance creates a solid foundation for change. When you stop fighting yourself, you stop wasting energy on resistance and start building momentum. You begin to see setbacks as opportunities to learn, not as proof of failure. You cultivate resilience that doesn't depend on perfection but grows from persistence and self-love. This resilience becomes a powerful engine that drives you toward your goals with confidence and grace. Imagine the freedom of quieting the voice inside that pulls you down. Imagine redirecting that energy into belief, encouragement, and steady progress. Your mind becomes a source of strength instead of sabotage. Your heart opens to possibilities instead of closing to fear. This transformation begins the moment you choose to treat yourself with respect and care. You deserve that kindness. You deserve to stop the endless internal battle and reclaim your energy for the life you want to create. When you do, you unlock a power greater than any external force, a power rooted in deep self-compassion and unstoppable inner strength. There is a silent enemy that drains your energy more than you realize, the habit of holding onto grudges and resentment. When you carry bitterness in your heart, it weighs down your spirit like an invisible chain. Every moment spent replaying old hurts, rehearsing complaints, or nursing anger is a moment your energy is trapped in the past instead of flowing toward your future. Resentment is a heavy burden that limits your freedom, saps your joy, and clouds your clarity. The more you cling to pain and blame, the less power you have to create the life you want. Holding on to grudges may feel justified, but it is a slow poison that erodes your strength from within. Your mind and body are not designed to carry the weight of unresolved anger. This emotional tension builds up quietly, increasing stress and anxiety, disrupting sleep, and even affecting your health. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity that is exhausting and unproductive. The energy you spend replaying conflicts and injustices could be redirected to healing, growth, and meaningful action. But letting go doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means choosing peace over pain. It means deciding that your future matters more than your past wounds. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-liberation. It's a decision to release yourself from the chains of bitterness and reclaim your energy. Forgiving does not require you to reconcile or trust again. It simply means you refuse to let anger control your life any longer. When you forgive, you break the hold that the past has over your mind and heart. You clear space for hope, for creativity, and for new possibilities. This act is one of the strongest gifts you can give yourself because it transforms pain into power. Imagine the relief that comes from releasing old grudges. Imagine waking up lighter, free from the heavy weight of resentment that drags you down. Your mind becomes clear, your heart opens, and your energy flows toward what truly matters: your goals, your growth, your happiness. This freedom allows you to engage fully with the present moment instead of being chained to past hurts. You begin to understand that forgiveness is not a favor to others, it is a profound kindness to yourself. When you let go of resentment, you create a foundation for resilience and inner peace. Your energy is no longer scattered across old wounds, but focused on building your future. You find strength in choosing peace over pain, in choosing growth over stagnation. This choice fuels your transformation and deepens your capacity to love, to create, and to thrive. Your power grows as you release what no longer serves you and embrace what empowers you. Your life is too precious to waste on grudges. Your energy is too valuable to spend on anger that only hurts you. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate expression of strength. Choose to free yourself from the past. Choose to protect your energy fiercely. Choose to live with an open heart and an unstoppable spirit. This decision will carry you beyond pain into a life of purpose, peace, and power. Your energy is waiting. Will you claim it? There is a profound trap that drains your energy silently and relentlessly: living in the past. The memories, regrets, and what-ifs that you replay over and over consume a vast amount of your mental and emotional resources. When your mind is anchored in what has already happened, you are not fully present where your power truly exists right now. Dwelling on the past creates an invisible prison, locking you inside mistakes, losses, or missed opportunities that can never be changed. The energy you invest there is energy taken from your ability to create, to move forward, and to grow. The past is familiar, but it is also a place where your energy goes to die. It is easy to get caught in cycles of regret or nostalgia because emotions tied to those memories can feel powerful and real. But clinging to these feelings keeps you frozen, holding you back from the present moment's possibilities. When your focus is on what went wrong, on pain or failure, you unknowingly feed a negative loop that limits your vision and your drive. This loop pulls your energy downward, diminishing your confidence and your hope for what's next. Choosing to release the past is not about denying what happened or pretending pain didn't exist. It's about shifting your energy from replaying the old story to rewriting your future story. This requires courage, the courage to face your memories without being trapped by them, the courage to forgive yourself for mistakes, and the courage to believe that your best days are still ahead. When you step out of the past shadow, you reclaim your energy and your power. You open a new chapter where your focus is on growth, on learning, and on creating meaning now. The mind cannot serve two masters at once. You cannot dwell in the past and fully engage in the present. When you choose to let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for new energy to flow in. This energy fuels clarity, creativity, and momentum. It empowers you to act with purpose, not from fear or regret. The past becomes a lesson, not a prison. It becomes a foundation for wisdom instead of a cage for sorrow. This shift transforms your entire experience of life. Imagine how much stronger, lighter, and freer you would feel if your energy was no longer drained by the weight of the past. Imagine waking each day with focus on what you can do, who you can become, and the impact you can make. You would no longer be held hostage by memories or emotions that don't serve your growth. Instead, your energy would be directed toward action, toward healing, and toward building a future aligned with your deepest values and dreams. Releasing the past is a gift you give yourself, a gift of freedom, clarity, and renewed strength. It is not a single act, but a daily choice to move forward, to forgive, and to focus on what matters now. Your energy is your most precious resource. Do not let it be wasted on what you cannot change. Claim your power by living fully in the present, embracing growth, and stepping boldly into the future you deserve. Your energy is waiting for this moment. Will you rise to it? There is a quiet but relentless drain on your energy that often goes unnoticed, the endless chase for approval from others. When your sense of self-worth depends on how others see you, you hand over control of your energy and your happiness to forces beyond your command. You become trapped in a cycle of seeking validation, adapting your choices and changing your behavior just to fit expectations. This constant effort to please drains your vitality, leaving you tired, anxious, and disconnected from your true self. The energy you spend trying to be acceptable to everyone else is energy stolen from your purpose and your power. Living for approval is exhausting because it creates a fragile foundation for your confidence. When your value is tied to others' opinions, every criticism feels like a blow, every silence like rejection. You become hyper-aware of how you appear, and this attention to external judgment consumes mental space and emotional energy. Instead of focusing on what you truly want, you focus on what you think others want. This not only drains your energy, but also dims your unique light. You sacrifice authenticity for acceptance, trading your freedom for fleeting approval. Your energy is too precious to be controlled by the unpredictable thoughts of others. True power comes from within, from knowing your worth independent of outside voices. When you stop living to meet others' expectations, you reclaim your energy and your freedom. You give yourself permission to be imperfect, to take risks, and to pursue what genuinely matters to you. This internal validation creates a deep well of confidence that is unshakable because it is rooted in self-respect and self-awareness, not in the shifting sands of external approval. Imagine how much more vibrant and alive your energy would be if you were no longer tied to the need for approval. Imagine waking up with the courage to make decisions based on your values and dreams, rather than fear of judgment. Your focus would be on growth and contribution, not on fitting into molds that never truly fit. This shift transforms your entire experience of life. You become a creator of your reality, not a reactor to others' opinions. Breaking free from the approval trap is a radical act of self-love. It means choosing to honor your own voice over the noise of judgment. It means trusting your intuition even when it feels uncomfortable or unpopular. This courage fuels resilience and deepens your sense of purpose. Your energy no longer dissipates trying to control how others see you. It flows freely toward what ignites your passion and fulfills your mission. Your life is yours to live authentically, without apology or compromise for the sake of acceptance. The energy you save by letting go of approval seeking is the energy you invest in creating the life you deserve. This is the energy of freedom, creativity, and unstoppable growth. It waits within you, ready to be claimed the moment you decide your worth is not up for debate. Choose to live for yourself. Choose to honor your energy. Your power lies in this choice, and your transformation begins here. There is a hidden drain on your energy that silently sabotages your potential, the habit of dwelling on fears of failure and rejection. Fear can grip your mind tightly, convincing you that if you try and fall short, if you speak up and get shut down, the cost will be unbearable. This fear keeps you trapped in a cage of hesitation, where your energy is spent imagining worst-case scenarios instead of taking meaningful action. The moments lost to doubt and worry are moments where your dreams remain out of reach, your growth stalled, and your courage undermined. Fear is a thief that steals your present energy and your future possibilities. When fear controls your energy, you live in a state of tension and paralysis. Your mind races with what-ifs and your heart tightens with the pressure of imagined judgment. This internal struggle drains your vitality, turning every decision into a battle between your aspirations and your anxiety. The more you resist failure, the more you resist growth, because failure is the essential path to learning and transformation. By avoiding risk, you also avoid the possibility of breakthrough, fulfillment, and the deep satisfaction that comes from overcoming challenges. Fear does not protect you, it confines you. Your energy belongs to your dreams, not your doubts. The power to reclaim it lies in shifting your relationship with fear. Instead of trying to eliminate fear, which is impossible, you can learn to face it with courage and curiosity. When you acknowledge fear as a natural part of growth, you stop letting it dictate your choices. You begin to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a necessary step on your path. This mindset frees your energy from the grip of hesitation and unlocks a reservoir of boldness within you. Every time you act despite fear, you expand your capacity for courage and resilience. Imagine the freedom that comes from releasing fear's hold on your energy. Imagine stepping forward with purpose even when uncertainty looms. Your energy shifts from a place of contraction and worry to one of expansion and possibility. This transformation turns obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. You become a force of unstoppable momentum because your energy fuels action instead of anxiety. The power of courage is that it doesn't require the absence of fear. It requires the choice to move forward anyway. Choosing courage over fear is an act of self-respect and love. It is a declaration that your dreams matter more than your doubts. When you choose to harness your energy in pursuit of your goals rather than in avoidance of failure, you create a life that is bold, rich, and deeply fulfilling. This choice transforms your experience of challenge from one of limitation to one of empowerment. Your energy becomes a source of strength, propelling you through uncertainty with confidence and grace. Your future depends on the energy you choose to invest today. Will you let fear drain you, or will you reclaim your power by facing it head on? The choice is yours, and within it lies the key to your transformation. Claim your energy. Embrace your courage. Live boldly. Your time is now. There is a subtle but powerful energy drain that often goes unnoticed, the constant distraction of chasing external validation through comparison. When you measure your worth against others, your energy becomes scattered, fragmented by envy, doubt, and the pressure to keep up. This comparison trap steals your focus and clouds your clarity, pulling you away from your unique path. Instead of investing your energy in your own growth, you divert it toward trying to match someone else's highlight reel. This misplaced energy breeds frustration and emptiness, leaving you feeling smaller, less capable, and disconnected from your true potential. Comparison is an illusion that tricks your mind into believing that someone else's success diminishes yours. It creates a false scarcity where you feel you must compete for limited approval, success, or happiness. This mindset fractures your energy, scattering it in many directions without ever landing on what truly matters, your authentic journey. When you compare, you are constantly measuring and weighing instead of creating and becoming. This drains your motivation and erodes the confidence needed to step boldly into your own power. Your energy belongs to your unique purpose, not to endless comparison. True fulfillment comes from recognizing your own strengths and progress, not from trying to fit into someone else's mold. When you stop comparing, you reclaim the energy lost in envy and self-judgment. This energy can then be redirected toward actions that build your vision, develop your skills, and deepen your self-awareness. Comparison blinds you to your own light. Releasing it allows you to see yourself clearly, to honor your own journey, and to celebrate your own growth. Imagine the liberation that comes from breaking free of comparison's grip. Imagine waking up every day with the freedom to focus on your own path, unburdened by the noise of others' achievements. Your energy flows smoothly, uninterrupted by doubt or distraction. This freedom fuels creativity, passion, and resilience. You begin to understand that your worth is not relative but absolute. You become a source of inspiration, not by imitating others, but by embracing your own unique expression and gifts. Choosing to stop comparing is an act of deep self-respect. It is a commitment to honor your individuality and to trust your timing and progress. This choice strengthens your inner foundation, making you less vulnerable to the ups and downs of external validation. Your energy becomes a steady force of creation, focused on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, your growth. This shift leads to profound peace and unstoppable momentum. Your life is not a competition. It is a personal journey that requires your full attention and energy. When you stop wasting energy on comparison, you open the door to authentic growth and fulfillment. Your power lies in embracing your own path with confidence and gratitude. Your energy is waiting to be claimed and channeled toward your unique greatness. Will you choose to own it fully? The choice is yours, and your transformation begins now. There is one more place where your energy is easily wasted, a place that often hides in plain sight: the resistance to change. Clinging to comfort zones, familiar routines, and the status quo may feel safe, but it quietly drains your vitality and stifles your growth. When you resist change, you put up walls against progress, creativity, and transformation. The energy spent fighting the inevitable flow of life is energy lost from moving forward, adapting, and becoming the person you were meant to be. Change is not the enemy. Resistance to it is the true cost to your spirit and your power. Your mind is wired to seek safety and predictability. This natural instinct makes the unknown feel threatening. Yet, this instinct can trap you in cycles of stagnation, because what is comfortable is not always what is best for you. When you resist change, you remain stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. You spend your energy defending old beliefs, habits, and situations that limit your potential. The longer you hold on, the heavier your energy becomes, weighed down by fear of discomfort or failure. This resistance dims your light and clouds your vision. But what if you saw change not as a threat, but as an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient? When you release resistance, your energy shifts from tension to flow. You become flexible, adaptive, and open to new possibilities. This openness fuels creativity and courage. It empowers you to leave behind what holds you back and step boldly into what calls you forward. Change becomes a source of energy, not a drain, because it propels you towards your potential rather than away from it. Imagine the power you would unleash if you embraced change as a natural part of your journey. Imagine the clarity and vitality that come from flowing with life instead of fighting against it. Your energy would expand, no longer tied down by fear or stubbornness. This freedom sparks innovation and growth, fueling your ability to reinvent yourself and your life. Resistance fades when you realize that change is the soil where your dreams grow and your strength is cultivated. Choosing to let go of resistance is a courageous act of self-liberation. It requires trust in yourself and trust in life's unfolding process. This choice frees your energy to focus on action, learning, and transformation instead of struggle and fear. When you stop wasting energy resisting change, you reclaim your momentum and your creative power. You align with the natural rhythm of growth and transformation that is essential for a fulfilling life. Your life is a continuous evolution, and your energy must evolve with it. The more you embrace change, the more you build resilience and strength to face future challenges. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Don't let it be drained by resistance. Choose flow over fight, openness over fear, and growth over stagnation. Your transformation depends on this choice. Your energy is ready to rise. Will you let it? There is a powerful yet invisible place where your energy often leaks away, worrying about things beyond your control. This mental habit drains your vitality by trapping your focus on outcomes you cannot change, on possibilities that may never come to pass. When your mind lingers in this space, your energy is consumed by anxiety, what-ifs, and a restless need to fix what is not yours to fix. This constant mental noise blocks your ability to act with clarity, to be present, and to invest your energy where it truly matters. Worry steals your strength and leaves you exhausted before you even begin. Your energy thrives on focus and intention, but worry scatters both. It pulls your attention away from the present moment, the only place where real change and action happen, and throws it into a future filled with uncertainty and fear. This future, often imagined in the worst light, feels threatening and overwhelming, yet it is not real until you step into it. By surrendering your energy to what you cannot control, you weaken your capacity to handle what you can. The more you worry, the less energy you have to respond, create, and grow. The truth is, your power lies not in controlling every outcome, but in mastering your response to life's uncertainties. When you shift your energy from worry to acceptance, you reclaim control over your mental and emotional state. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means recognizing the limits of your influence and choosing to invest your energy in what you can change, your mindset, your actions, your attitude. This shift unlocks a deep well of resilience, peace, and focus that worry obscures. Your energy becomes a tool for empowerment instead of a victim of fear. Imagine the relief and strength you would feel if you stopped wasting energy on what is beyond your control. Imagine directing your full attention to what is within your power, your choices, your effort, your growth. Your energy would no longer be fragmented and drained, but concentrated and purposeful. This clarity creates momentum, allowing you to move forward with confidence even amid uncertainty. You become grounded, calm, and equipped to face challenges without the heavy weight of needless worry. Choosing to release worry is an act of radical self-care. It is a decision to honor your energy as sacred and finite. This choice means trusting yourself to handle whatever comes and committing to focus your power where it counts. When you stop giving energy to the uncontrollable, you reclaim it for your dreams, your goals, and your inner peace. This is the energy of strength, freedom, and unstoppable progress. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Guard it fiercely. Stop pouring it into the endless cycle of worry and what-ifs. Instead, channel it into what you can change and the actions that move you forward. This shift is not just practical, it is transformative. Your life depends on it. Your peace and progress depend on it. Will you choose to protect your energy and live with purpose? The power to do so lies within you, ready to be claimed now